Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play World of Warcraft Storytime. We're in the midst of the hinterlands and we're going to, find another cauldron, hopefully. And then we're going to talk about the War of the Ancients again, but first of all we need to find a cauldron. The last one, which was near the quest giver, didn't respawn for me. It's a pity. Such a pity. And I got myself some glyphs. I got all of them. Kinda. Oh no, I didn't? The fuck? The fuck? I thought my inscription guy could do all of the glyphs. How could I forget some of them? Really need to check this. They patched something in? I don't... This happened before. At the start of Warlords of Draenor, I've learned all of the glyphs, in fact, with my inscription guy thingy. And yesterday I made all of the glyphs I could for my priest and my death knight. And when I logged onto them and learned everything, there were some glyphs I couldn't learn, or I didn't learn, and that was kind of crap. So somewhere in between they may have patched something or so, I think. Which was kind of bad, because I wanted to learn everything and now I've got about 4 glyphs I need to redo and learn. Really should take notes. So let's see what Eliza Darkgrin has to say to us.
What will you require?
Trolls here, yeah, we did already read that one. Be careful near those cauldrons, warrior. The wild range won't let you take their treats without fight. First, the spiders, and now this. I can smell the venom in this blood. It's the same as the skitterlings, but stronger. The wild branch and spiders. There's some potential there. So we can... Let's choose the male.
Victory for Sylvanas.
So, there's more of this curious venom to be had if Shadow's being summoned. Don't look so surprised. The Forsaken have studied these lands before, and we've encountered the Venom Queen at least once. Her toxins have proven quite useful in the past. They prove useful to the Horde once more, too. Be a dear and fetch me as much poison as you can from the spawn of Shadra that lurk in the cave on the summit. I'm sure you'll be covered in it anyway.
Dark Lady.
So let's equip this nice males thingy. You simply break dances.
Hey there.
Nice of you, bro.
See ya later.
Do your thing.
How you doing, man?
It won't be long until we're the only trolls left breathing on these walls. Only the strongest and foulest wild branch are left now, the soul eaters and blood drinkers, foul worshippers of the evil god Hakar. They are fools. They cling to old, defeated beliefs. I won't tolerate their crimes against the Raven Tusk any longer. Strike the final blow. Claim Jinthar lore for the Raven Tusk. Claim it for the Horde.
Bye-bye now.
On we got another quest. Ongolongo was one of us, what outsiders called a dire troll, but he was a Raven Tusk, and a proud warrior like all of us. Then the wild range took him. They keep him chained up in a pit at the top of Jinthar Alor, made to dance for their sick amusement. No chains can hold Ongolongo. All you need to do is raise his temper, Rianko. Fight him until he's enraged enough to remember his true spirit and break free. And then get out of the way. Okay, first of all, there are some things that don't quite add up with this. So, first of all, the quest giver told us that they hold on to their beliefs. Those beliefs, that had been disbanded by most of the trolls, which is utter bullcrap. But let's see. She told us that they hold on to ancient beliefs that are overhauled today, but we know for a fact that the Darkspear trolls are also heavily influenced by the lower. In fact, all the trolls are heavily influenced by the lower, who are their kind of, yeah, something like a god, or
Ability isn't ready yet.
at least a pretty strong spirit of nature. Really? Another one?
Ready yet.
How many more? I do really hate
Not ready
this
yet.
here. So now I'm going to take him, then he's
That
also...
ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet.
No, you
I'm
ain't.
out of range.
So, the lower they are, it's pretty unclear what the lower actually are. It's yeah, the concept of the lower is from Hawaiian voodoo, and they're kind of gods, but it's pretty hard to describe because we don't get much of an insight into Joe lore and religion and beliefs, at least from a
Ability isn't ready yet.
non-influenced source. So we know that I'm going to die right now.
That
Do I have...
ability isn't ready yet.
Nah! Oh my god! I was so close to this potion. Oh, come on. Yeah, so we know for a fact that they worship the lower. The lower are non-corporeal, yeah, beings, and they are heavily influenced by Hawaiian voodoo, who pretty much do the same thing, but I don't quite recall what lower are to them. To the Hawaiians, I think they're kind of gods, but to the trolls, they worship them like gods, but I think they are not gods. They are strong nature spirits. Kind of like, I don't know. I think you could kind of call them equally to the Asgardian gods. So every lower has a different role or function.
Not ready yet.
Like for instance, you got Thor, who is the god of thunder, and his task is thunder and lightning. Kind of like that. And it's kind of difficult for me to tell you anything I don't know. I can speculate, but yeah, what? Where's the stairs? I missed the stairs. What I do know is something about the Darkspear trolls and something about Hakar in particular. So Hakar is the lower that is worshipped here, and not only here but also in quite another prominent troll
Isn't ready yet.
society,
Not ready yet.
and this other troll society. Ooh, I thought I killed him. I killed the wolf with cleave. Okay. What was I going to tell you? Yeah, Hakar is also worshipped by the Gurubashi, which you can see in Zul'Gurub. Well, not today, but
I need to get
during Classic, Burning Crusade, Wrath of Lich King, till they revamped
It's too far away.
the Zul'Gurub raid into a
Isn't ready yet.
heroic dungeon.
Not ready
You
yet.
pretty much could see that the Gurubashi worshipped their lower Hakar. During the revamp, the trolls actually met all of the different tribes, the Zandalari, the Gurubashi, the how are they called? The Amani, and of course the Darkspear, and the Zandalari trolls were kind of like royalty they
Can't do that yet.
called for a meeting and they wanted to mobilize the troll tribes to obliterate
Not ready.
everyone else and rebuild their glorious empire,
Can't do that yet.
because every troll civilization ever known wanted to build an empire or build an empire. At
I can't do that.
the Zanalari, they started it all,
Ability isn't ready
and
yet.
every one of those failed, of course. You saw them fail in Zul'Gurub, in Zul-Aman. The Zanalari Empire crumbled, which is kind of like into the lore of Mist of Pandaria, but
Ability isn't ready yet.
that's pretty much what they wanted to do. And during the Cataclysm revamp, they was it Cataclysm or was Pandaria? It could be Pandaria. I don't know. I was playing at the time, so I don't quite know exactly when they revamped it. But then the trolls decided to, well, we don't give a fuck about our lore anymore,
Can't do that yet.
and they tried to revive Hakar,
Yet.
but not in a way that was pleasant to the lower. They wanted to absorb his power and be kind of equal to him, which is kind of blasphemy to the trolls in particular. Hey, it's Ongolongo. And that's pretty much Hakar. He was nearly resurrected in the Sunken Temple, or the Temple of Atal Hakar, where even it is even in the name. So
That ability isn't
Yeah.
ready yet.
kind of bullied you. Come on, run, and that's pretty much what Hakar's story was all about. We still don't know what Eloa is. There are different kinds of lore. I think we will do in Northrend the Zuldrak story, and get through there, get all of this stuff for you to see. I think the Zuldrak questline is kind of infamous for the trolls. There is a heavy influence by the lower. There, it's really difficult to get a clear picture on the lower. The only one we know so far who has heavily influenced the World of Warcraft as we have it now is Von Samdi, who is derived from the Hawaiian lower Baron Samdi. He is do they call him Baron Samdi? I don't know. It's the German name for him. Maybe he's called Count Samdi, I don't know. I think it's Baron Samdi. And he is the keeper to the underworld, kind of like Hades for the Greeks. So we got that stuff going on. And he's the patron of the Darkspear Trolls. He helped out Vol'jin in several instances, like when he was kinda assassinated by Garrosh. Well, Garrosh tried to kill him. Obviously he didn't accomplish that feat, but that was something he tried to do. And Bon Samdi, he helped him to recover and get his spirits back up and stuff. So there he is, Bon Samdi, influencing the World of Warcraft just by helping one of his bros. Let's call him bro. That's pretty much everything I can tell you about Loa. Kind of sad, isn't it? They're really not that prominent in lore. They're in some instances they are named in books, but there's nothing or no one telling us who they actually are. Like the Titans, they are a race of nearly immortals who travel the cosmos and try to bring order to it.
It's
But
too far away.
we know who the old gods are, or what the old gods are, but really, we don't know anything about the lower. So if you do know anything, maybe I've missed or didn't mention, except obviously from the Zuldrak questline, because we will get to that later.
Not ready yet.
Please write it in the comments. Tell me who the lowers are, who you think the lowers are. Because I'm really interested in this, because of the real-world connection to the Hawaiian voodoo. I would really like to know if there's anything in any book or so, and please quote your sources. I really want to check those. And tell me,
Not ready
what
yet.
do you think?
I
What
can't
the
do
lower
that.
are? Do you think I've missed anything? Yeah. So this episode, I don't think we're going to talk about the Law of the Ancients anymore. I've
That ability is
got quite
not ready yet.
the ramble on lower and troll culture,
Do that yet.
and I don't think we've got 4 or 5 minutes left, but I don't think we get to anything much at all. So let's try to tell you a little bit more about the trolls. As I told you already, the trolls, they derived from the Zandalari tribe. So any other troll tribe out there
That ability is
has its roots with the Zandalari,
do that yet.
which is kind of cool to have these ancestral ties. But yeah, I told you they're kind of like a royalty, and
Ready yet.
they are pretty much used to getting what they want. So during the
Not ready yet.
rise of the Mogu, so somewhere, I don't know, before, I think before the shattering of the world or the sundering of the world occurred. So when Kalimdor was won, there was the empire of the Mogu, and the Zandalari, they kind of allied themselves with the Mogu, having both quite literally vast empires to control, and they're kind of like, yo bros, we got an empire too, what's up, can you borrow a cup of sugar? And that's pretty much when it started, when they two allied. And during the Mists of Pandaria, they had so much lost themselves or lost their alliances. They wanted to reforge their alliances, and the Zandalari, they helped to resurrect the Thunder King. The Thunder King was the emperor of the Mogu. Before him, before the Thunder King, every Mogu was kind of tribal. They didn't have any empires. It was just tribes battling for supremacy. And then the Thunder King came, and he absorbed the power of a Titan Keeper, namely Raden. And I think I'm going to die again, aren't I? Come on, come on! Run! Run! I need heroic leap. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, our episode is nearly to a close, so I simply can do this. And right there. Yeah, and that's pretty much where the Zandalari empire came from. There is obviously an island called Zandalar where the empire was based, and there is a prophet that foretold the yeah, how do we say? He foretold that the island would drown because there was a calamity happening, and this calamity was Deathwing freeing himself from Deephole. So he pretty much was talking about the shattering, and the God King, of course, didn't believe his prophet. So yeah, the prophet, he wanted some ships. The God King said, okay, well, we're not going to evacuate the whole island, but you can have some of our ships and take whomever wants to go with you. And those guys were plenty in numbers. The prophet, of course, was right, and the island got swept under the waves. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, the rest of the story is, I think, for another day. We've pretty much rambled on much about the trolls. We have, yeah, talked a little bit about the lore, about troll culture, about their religion, and yeah, I don't know what to tell you anymore. So let's see each other again in the next episode, when my resurrection sickness will be depleted. So see you again, and yeah, have a nice rest of the year. I think, yeah, it's not that much year left, but have fun during it. Just do, and have a good new year. Hopefully we'll see each other again. I think I can manage to pump another episode out on Wednesday, but we'll see. So, have a nice year, have a nice new year, and see you again. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.